Hi, today we'll be looking at a counting problem. We want to write down all n-bit sequences of length n using 0 and 1. Here I have written the cases for n equal to 1 and n equal to 2. I have highlighted them here. And on the far right I have written down the general case where we have written down all sequences of length n starting from all zeros and ending at all ones. So we want to know how many times 0 is used in writing all these n-bit sequences and how many times 1 is used. That is, let's say n0 is a number of times 0 is used in writing all these sequences, and let's say n1 is a number of times 1 is used in writing all these sequences. So we want to know what is the value of n0 and what is the value of n1. So let's take some examples. I have written down the cases for n equal to 2 and n equal to 3. Note that for n equal to 2 there are 4 such sequences possible, and for n equal to 3 there are 8 such sequences possible. So let's look at the number of bits in a column. For n equal to 3, let's take this. The number of bits in this column is 8, and that is the same case for all these columns. For n equal to 2, the number of bits in a column is 4. In the general case, when we write down sequences of length n, the number of bits in a column will be 2 power n. Now let's see the number of ones in a particular column. So again, if you look at this particular column, there are 8 bits and half of them are ones, and same case for this column, half of them are ones, and same case for this column, half of them are ones. And we can observe the same pattern for n equal to 2 as well. So the number of ones in any column is half the number of bits in the column. So which is going to be 2 power n minus 1. Now we have come down to this formulation by looking at examples. We don't know whether this is true for n equal to 4 or n equal to 5 and so on. We can prove this using induction on n. I leave it as exercises to the reader. It will be quite instructive. And note that this 2 power n minus 1 that we have written down here is just the number of ones in one column. But there are n such columns. So the total number of ones that is used to write on all the sequences would be n dot 2 power n minus 1. And using a similar argument, we can show that the number of zeros would be also n dot 2 power n minus 1 using the same argument. Now let's look at another proof. Here we will use a symmetry between 0 and 1. 0 and 1 are just symbols. We have written down all possible permutations of length n using 0 and 1. While writing this down, 0 is equally important as 1. So there is no reason why zeros should occur more often than 1, and there is no reason why ones should occur more often than 0. In other words, the number of zeros used to write on all the sequences should be the same as number of ones. Now let's look at the number of bits. There are 2 power n sequences, each of length n. So the number of bits is n dot 2 power n. And this should also equal to n0 plus n1 because we are using zeros and ones to write down all these bit sequences. And we know that n0 and n1 are the same. So this is going to be 2n0. So now we can see that n0 is n dot 2 power n minus 1, and so is the case for 1. n1 is 2 dot n power minus 1. So note that using the symmetry between 0 and 1 and the fact that 0 and 1 are just symbols, we are able to arrive at this solution easily without having to use mathematical induction as it was mentioned in the first solution that we just saw. So here we have to use mathematical induction to prove. In this example, we have just used a symmetry between 0 and 1, and to arrive at a shorter proof, I hope you liked it. Thank you.